lover badasses. Fat Samurai Guy here with Lady Fat Blood. And today on Horror Movie Reviews, we are going to review What We Do in the Shadows. Here's a quick plot synopsis.
A documentary crew follows around a group of vampires on their nightly escapades.
Now we're going to give you the good, we're going to give you the bad, and we're going to give you the badass. First up, the good. Well, that was unexpected. That was fun. Well, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, you talk about going into something with not really high expectations or no expectations.
Yeah. Didn't really know a lot about the film, just heard the things here and there, and we gave it a shot.
Glad we did. This movie is a lot of fun, and
yes.
I have a reputation for not liking to laugh. It's a lie. I smile, damn it, okay? I do. Just, yeah. So but I do admit that I am very picky when it comes to what I find funny. My sense of humor is kind of all over the place. I'll give you a brief example. I love the Three Stooges and I love Monty Python. I love Benny Hill and I love Mel Brooks. It's subjective. It's a subjective genre just like any other genre.
And then you watch a movie like A Haunted House starring Marlon Wayans and you don't laugh at all.
It's not funny. You're not funny. You're not funny movies. Parody is dead.
Yes.
Alright, as far as I'm concerned, parody is dead. This, however, was very refreshing in an odd sort of way. I've seen a couple of mockumentaries in my time, and that is what this is. It's basically the real world. Does anybody remember the real world? Did I just totally date myself? I'm sorry. It's like Spinal Tap with vampires. Now, I don't like vampires. I've kind of been deadened to the genre over the past few years. I think I basically stopped with Bram Stoker's Dracula. I still tolerate Interview with the Vampire, and after that, I don't give two fucks about vampires. This was one of the most adorable films I have seen in such a long time. And I am so sorry for butchering this man's name, but writer, producer, director, and star, Taika Waititi. I'm sorry. He is so adorable. He has the first shot in the film. And he has just the goofiest expression on his face, like he's so shy to have a documentary crew in his home. We have some really fun characters here. Everybody has their own personality. The vampires are all kind of representative of the different types of vampires. You have your Nosferatu type, you have your dandy vampire type, you have your Vlad the Impaler type, and then you have just your sex pot. I'm not really sure what the fourth guy was.
The bad boy.
And then you have your new slacker one. So we're following these guys around on their hijinks, and it's so cute. I was smiling. I actually laughed the majority of the film, and I can't wait to see it again.
Spinal Tap meets vampires. Enough said. End of review. And now for the bad.
My only bad would be because, again, comedy is very subjective. Not everyone is going to find this as hysterical as I did. Not everyone is going to get from this what I got, what he got. Again, if you're not into mockumentaries, if you're not into the Spinal Taps and the Fear of a Black Hat, anything else?
Borat. Even though in my opinion this movie's funnier than Borat.
Yeah, if you're not into that kind of humor, you're probably not going to get anything out of this. So that's really the only negative, is that it's a different type of comedy. I don't particularly find situational comedies all that hysterical. Like, take for instance The Hangovers, anything starring Melissa McCarthy, the Anna Kendricks of the world. It's just not my particular taste, but a lot of people can't get enough of this stuff. But this particular type of comedy, it tickled me.
And now for the badass. There's actually some pretty good, decent gore effects, and actually unexpected visual effects that were actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they had this really cool hallway fight scene, and I don't know if any of y'all know who Fred Astaire is, but
they don't.
Fred Astaire was a really amazing dancer back in the 30s and 40s, and one of his signature scenes in one of his films, he starts dancing on the walls and the ceiling, and they have this whole set where it flips around, like it does a 360 thing, and the camera is stationary and it just basically follows the guys. Well, they did this in this film, and so it's like this practical set.
The two vampires going at it, Lost Boys style.
Yeah, and we have a nice
Going up the walls.
Yeah, we have a nice little blend of wire work and a little bit of CG here and there, a little bit of practical. We have a nice little blend of everything. So we have some really funny deaths.
Yes.
Because of all of this.
Yes. And every time they ran into the frickin' werewolves, man, it was damn funny. Not gonna spoil what happens,
No.
but just the banter. It's really hilarious. Really hilarious.
So if you're into Spinal Tap-ish, goofy, real-world situation documentaries, give it a shot. This movie is adorable. I laughed more than I probably should have. I laughed harder than this than with Turbo Kid, but like I said with Turbo Kid was a slow burn. This is a pretty consistent, amusing film. I love the hell out of this. I'm probably going a little too high, but you gotta remember, I don't laugh a whole lot, so for this movie to tickle my funny bone as much as it did and as consistently as it did, I have to go kind of high.
So we give What We Do in the Shadows 4.5 out of 5 chainsaws. So tell us if you've seen this film and what you thought about it. Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And we'll see you with the next review of It Follows.